Okay. All right, it's 101. Let's dive in. I'll just keep adding as I see them in the waiting room. So I don't know, Fatima, Jody, I don't know you as well. So I'm just going to introduce myself. My name is Violet. I'm the founder of Femcity. I'm so excited to share with you all today all about the global program. It is definitely different than the local program. So I don't want to waste anybody's time. So just to kind of start us off, the global program is not for someone who has one brick and mortar shop. This is not for you then. It's also not for you if you just started your business like last week. It probably is not a good fit for you right now. And it's probably not a good fit for someone who doesn't enjoy Zoom, doesn't want to meet new friends, like just kind of wants to do the in-person. The local membership then is the one for you. The local membership is the one that gives you access to a local chapter, in-person events. The global one is completely a different place. So the global program is perfect for women who are looking to scale their business beyond their zip code. So if you're looking to get clients in the zip code next door, the city next door, the state next door, the country next door, then this is the place for you. It's great for coaches, speakers, writers, contributors, mentors, and women who are looking to create a referral system beyond their city. So that's the one it's a perfect fit. I'm going to walk through the portal. I'm a visual person and I want to show you kind of what you'd have access to. I just like to see things, and then we'll have some time for some Q&A. I'm also going to share with you the benefits through it and how I would leverage it. Before I started Femcity, I owned a marketing and PR agency. And then before that, I owned a Pilates business. I also worked for the Four Seasons doing their marketing PR back in the day. So marketing PR is like my go-to place. So I'm going to use that mindset to share with you the ways that I would use it to leverage if I was a global member. So I'm going to do it from that perspective. If you have any questions that you are shy to ask out loud, wait until I stop sharing my screen. Because if you ask me a question, everyone's going to see it in the question, so just wait. I'll tell you, okay, I'm not sharing my screen now. If you have a private question you want to ask, but you're too shy to say it out loud, just send it to me directly and I will respond without revealing your name. That way you always feel safe to ask whatever questions you're thinking of. I want to make sure that you get the most out of our time together. Okay, so this is the Femcity website. If you haven't been here yet, because I know some of you are brand new, you don't even really have a membership to Femcity at all. Since I'm a global member, I'm going to have access to my member account here. So I know I'm logged in because it doesn't say log in. It says member account. So this is kind of just behind the scenes. This is where you can edit your profile. You can see what plan you're on. I was testing out a new type of membership. So you can also see your billing. You can change everything here. You can cancel your membership. I don't have any to cancel, so it's not showing up for me since this is a lifetime and then this is a testing thing. But if you ever wanted to cancel any of your Femcity memberships, you would just go into your plan and you would see like 3 little dots here. When you click on it, it would say cancel. So you don't have to send an essay. You don't have to call us. You have access to cancel anytime. I never want to force anyone to stay connected to Femcity. If Femcity is not for you, I feel like it should be very easy for you to just cancel. So there's never a trickery. As you can see, I've canceled a couple of them here. I'm testing the background to make sure how easy it is. So it's very easy for you to do. So there's that. That's a huge stress relief because I know people are like, I don't want to join anything because I'm going to loop in for the whole year. No, you can just join for a month and be like, you know what? I'm good. This is not for me. Okay, let's start. Oh my gosh, I stopped sharing my screen. Hold on a second. I wasn't really finished. Okay, let's go into the portal. So you would have access to the local portal and the global, because really the global membership means you're a member of all the chapters. So if you're in Miami as an example, and you have Boca del Rey, you have Fort Lauderdale, you have West Palm Beach, and you want to access all of those chapters, the global membership gives you access to that. If you are someone who lives in Tennessee and you want to access Johnson City and you want to access Nashville, then the global membership is for you. So you have access to both of these. I'm only going to talk today about the global portal because that's the one we're focusing on. The local one, we focus in on that orientation. Once you join, you'll have access to the portal. This is the welcome guide. This will walk you through because it can be overwhelming. We have been around for 16 years. There's a lot of benefits. it can be a little overwhelming because you're brand new and you have things all over the place and you feel like you have to do everything. You don't have to do everything. Just do the things that feel good to you at that moment. And we'll talk about that as well. Here's the link for your online meetups. So if you wanted to go ahead and access upcoming events that are in your neighborhood, this is where you're going to go. I'm sorry, online meetups, we'll go through that. Local events is where you can go to see events in real life. Online meetups is what we have coming up for the week and for the next month as well. So this is what you'd have access to as a global member. So every Wednesday, we do a variation of networking. Sometimes it's a standard signature Femcity networking. Sometimes it's roundtable, which means we're all kind of like sharing best practices and what's working for us. Sometimes it's support circles where we break out into smaller groups. Sometimes it's coffee chats where we kind of bridge out and separate into groups of two so we can do these coffee connections. The entire focus of Wednesdays is to get you to know new members, because as we get to know each other, we develop and we grow our referral system. The other thing that we do is on Thursdays, we do creative hour. And these are self-guided. These, sometimes we have 10 women, sometimes we have 2 women. This was inspired by Robin, who is a part of our global membership as well. She really wanted time to just be able to noodle, but she also wanted to do it collaboratively with other women. So we created this creative hour. It's every Thursday at 12 p.m. You hop on and you don't feel alone. You feel like, yeah, you're working on your blog, you're working on your content, you're working on maybe invoicing clients, but you're not doing it alone. You have someone there, so you feel like you're kind of in that co-op space. Every Monday, we do roundtable together. I think this is one of the biggest blessings of the global program. Every Monday, I hop on. It's a small group of women. We don't have hundreds and hundreds that show up. It's like usually 10, so it makes it really yummy and very private. And we spend time they pick my brain. They ask me for advice. I've been featured in every business publication. I've been a serial entrepreneur for decades. My first business I opened when I was 22 years old. So my brain is accessible every single Monday. As an example, topics that we've covered in the last couple of weeks, we've covered poverty mindset. We covered how to get new clients. We covered how to scale your business, what to do with the economy the way it is, how can we pivot? So all of those conversations we're having on Monday, and you're making friends at the same time. Again, Wednesdays are virtual networking, and then all you have to do is click on this to learn more. It's always the same Zoom link, so it makes it really, really easy for you. You can also be a contributor in our blog. So you can go ahead and submit your blog pieces here. You can also interview other global members as well. She interviews you, you interview her. And so you are also a contributor to the Femcity blog, or we can feature you there as well, which I'll show you the blog so you can see how many are from the global program. And then we've got our online classes. This is what local members have access to as well. So you have access to all of these too. You have our book club, we have our connection lunch at 1 p.m. This is what we're in now, and our virtual networking, which is always going to be the same, meaning the format doesn't change. If you're like, what's going on? What's happening? I have it all written out here for you on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. If you click on these little hyperlinked, it'll show you what we have planned for you. The Zoom link is always the same as I mentioned. And then we also always do a member orientation on the 3rd Tuesday. Actually, I think we're going to make that on the 2nd Tuesday starting in 2026. So that might change. But that way, if you have been a member in the global program for like a couple months and you want to do a little bit more, you can always hop on and learn more about the benefits and then pick more pieces that will actually help you to go ahead and grow your brand across the globe. The library, self-explanatory. I will say that all of our pieces in the library, all of our classes were taught by global members. We sometimes get women that ask, hey, I want to be a teacher. I want to be a writer. I want to be a coach for Femcity. I want to be a speaker at the conference. We only really pick global members. And so that's the same with our classes as well. All of the classes, I would say 99% of them are taught by global members, unless there's a partnership, like we're working with a partnership now with Crane Stationery. They might teach a class on, the beauty of a handwritten note. Other than that, it's always going to be a global member. You also have bigger coupons. So we have ongoing activities, and we always offer really big coupons to our global members as well. You have access to our self-guided worksheets. You can create your directory here. Here's the other piece. You can be a speaker with Femcity. Every Monday, we do a Monday mentorship session. That's for our local members. This Monday, we had the amazing Denise Stiegel. She was our mentor. She did menopause as the conversation. The week before, we had Leslie Berlin, who is a graphic designer. And so our members, our local members, are hopping on and they're gaining information from our global members. But what they're also really doing is they're creating great relationships with our mentors from the global program, because eventually, when they go to hire someone, that trust has already been built and developed. If you are a speaker in our programs, you're also going to be featured in our Instagram. You're going to also be featured in our newsletter. So if you notice, on Sundays, we send out an email with all the upcoming programs that we have. All of those classes are led by global members. All the mentorship, all the classes that we have coming up in December, those are going to be for global members, but we'll share the replay. Those are going to be led by global members as well. Even with our conference, at our conference, we had Poe, Anna, Gail, Maya Delgado, Sonia Papas, Beatriz Martinez. All of those women came from our global program. So we make a really big point to pick from our global team. In addition to that, I generally get some speaking opportunities. I also get some PR opportunities, since I still have a foot in that PR world, and I share them with our global members as well. So in the past, we've had members from our global program be featured on Good Morning America. They've been featured, they've won awards, because I'm posting the same opportunities that I get. I'm posting them there for the global members as well. Coffee chats are things that, well, all members do that, so I don't want to spend too much time there. You can also become an affiliate if you're an upcoming or an already established influencer. Then the affiliate program might be for you. Let's go ahead and let me just share with you. I'm going slow so you don't get dizzy. Let's go to the blog piece so I can show you the members that are featured already. And whenever we write in our blog, we also really make sure that we spend time on the SEO. We make sure that we're creating something that's going to drive traffic to our global members. So Natalie is from our global program. She's an attorney. She's also a professor. She went to NYU, I think, for law school. So I love that she's a New Yorker also. And she now started this kind of new brand, this new pivot. And so we've been featuring her on that. And so this whole piece is all about really featuring her industry expertise. Then you have Deanna Mall also. She's one of our global members. So we featured her there. Dawn, Beatriz, these are all global members. Christina is actually a sponsor. So, but all the other ones are global members. So you can see how we feature them here. So I've touched upon, the other thing is, I was going to show you, we have a new guidebook coming out, and our global members actually have a free feature on this. So I was going to show it to you, but I don't have it open. Well, I'll show it to you later. All right, let me stop sharing my screen so that we can talk about, we went through PR opportunities, bigger discounts featured in the guidebook and the directory as a gift. They're usually our speakers. Oh, IG Live. So sometimes we do Instagram Lives with our global members. We did one recently with Paula Aranciba. I interviewed her. She's a personal stylist. And then we had one last week with Laura Wade. We didn't do any this week because I'm recovering from COVID from last week. And then next week, we're away for Thanksgiving. But usually on Wednesdays, I do try to interview our global members on our Instagram account. And all right, any questions that you all have for me? Okay, and if you want to ask me a private question, now would be the time, because I'm not sharing my screen anymore. Go ahead, Gail.
Fabulous job with that. I was a founders member, and then I took a brief pause and very interested in coming back. So that was so helpful because I didn't do this orientation. So you guys are lucky. You're getting to really hear everything because there's so much more than I even knew about. So the guidebook, or is that what you're calling it? The guidebook?
Yeah.
What's that feature look like? Like how much do you get to like put in there, and what?
And we don't have you in it, Gail. I was going to show you the screen, but anyway, I can't find it now. I have all these tabs open. So the guidebook is a new publication that Femcity has come out with. We launch next week. It is a quarterly publication. It is a physical publication. I'll show you. Actually, I have it here in print. Okay. So this is what it's looking like. Dawn's going to be in this also. We're so excited. So actually this design's a little bit, it's a little bit different, Gail, but it will kind of look like this is the directory. We actually decided to put it in the back altogether because we had so many directory features. It didn't make sense to do it at the end of every month. And then we broke it down into categories. So we did financial, lifestyle, spiritual, and financial, spiritual, lifestyle. And there's another one there that I'm missing. But anyway, so it has their name, their title, and their website.
Okay.
Yeah. And the publication comes out 4 times a year. This is just the January, February, March one, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. It has a daily planner, it has a worksheet, and these will be given away at other conferences, at women organizations. We partner up with a lot of chambers, and we'll also have it for a sale locally at our chapters and then online as well.
Okay. So how, so can you be in it for the next quarter?
Yes. Yep. Perfect. If you squeeze it in, I might be able to squeeze in. The design's already done. So,
Okay.
but yeah, it depends. I'm waiting now for the final from the marketing team, but no matter what, you can get in for the next one as well. It was supposed to be a year, but the publication was this big. It was huge. I think I showed it to you, Dawn and Gail. It's too big. And so we're like, okay, let's just do quarterly. And that way also those women that are featured in it, we can move them around. So we can actually do like this kind of feature and this kind of feature versus like having the same promo for the entire year. I think it's more beneficial to everyone. Okay. And that, by the way, price point, it's $100 each time. That's what the price was. I think it's going to go to $250. So that would be a gift for you all. $250 4 times. So that's already almost like $1,000 there that you'd get as added value. So any other questions you all have? Or anything I can help you with? I mean, we have time. If you want to pick my brain about something, I'm happy to give whatever I can.
What was included in the lifetime membership for the $375? That was a couple months ago.
Oh, that's local. So you have access to local forever. Yeah, great question. And sorry, I just opened my chats to see if there are any questions. So I apologize, Dawn. But there's a little delayed on that. Any other questions? Go ahead, Gail. No, Gail and then Jody.
Oh, no, go ahead, Jody. You go.
Oh, thank you. So I am new to this, obviously, and I'm just getting my business off the ground. So I'd love to hear advice. And this was a recommendation from the person that's helping me get my business off the ground. So I'm curious, like, advice of how to get myself into this network and sort of acclimate to all of it. As you said, like, it can be overwhelming. So any advice that you have of sort of where to start to kind of get into it.
Okay, perfect. So let's talk about local and then global, because Dawn's also local and I think it would be beneficial for her as well. So if you have the local membership, I would start by showing up at local events. Like that's going to be, at the end of the day, like it's just so much more yummier to see each other in person. If you can't access the local chapter, it's too far from you, or you have, it's a challenge for you to kind of maneuver out of your city, whatever it is. I would personally do the virtual networking. I think the virtual networking is the best ROI at Femcity. What does that mean? It means that we meet every Wednesday. Again, we may change it for 2026, but we meet every Wednesday, actually tomorrow at 1 p.m. If you want to try it out, you have access to that. And it's like 30 minutes and everyone has a 2-minute pitch. You share a little bit about what we have going on, a recent win, gratitude for another woman, and then an ask, how we can help you. My dogs are going to go crazy because the UPS guy just showed up, so I apologize. That's going to be the best ROI to get started. Once you kind of start getting into the groove, I recommend the masterclass. I teach that. That's for members only. That's a really great class for you to hop on. You'll make friends. You can also chat, use the chat feature there to kind of connect. And then the third one is coffee chats. I really love coffee chats. You meet with other members. It's generally 20 minutes. You share what you have going on. Hold on, let me close the door because the little one is like, you want to go too? It's the little one that's still barking at the UPS guy. The coffee chats. It's 20 minutes. So share a little bit what you have going on. She shares a little bit what she has going on. And then you think of ways that you can work together. It is not a sales tactic. There should be no one who, oh, you know what? He's leaving. Oh, well. He didn't drop it off. It's not a sales tactic. It's not for you to be pressured into buying their services. It's really about creating friendships that last to become referral network. So if anyone's ever mean to you also, since we're on the topic, we do have a no meanie policy. So if we have someone who I've received 3 emails saying that this person's mean, we send them an email saying that this may not be the space for them. So you also have that. So, and that even goes with someone who's pressuring you. So if you ever get into that coffee chat situation and someone's like a little bit too intense for you, you send me an email and you're like, Violet, I had this meeting and it was the entire time. It was like a really intense environment. Let me know. So we've been doing for 16 years. We've only kicked out 3 people in 16 years. So I think we have a pretty good record of no meanies. So for the global program, if you are going to, because I'm going to offer you at the end of this, I'm going to offer you a free 30-day, no pressure, no credit card, no small print. I'm going to give you a link to have access to the 30 days. So you can try it out if you want to. If you like it, that's great. If you don't like it, that's fine too. If you do take the free invitation, I would definitely recommend the Monday roundtables. I think for me, those are the most powerful ones because you have access to my brain also versus paying for me to coach you privately, which some people still do. I only have like 5 or 6 clients a month. I don't really do that much coaching, but I do love it. You have access to my brain every Monday. And that's where we start kind of like you pick my brain. We open it up for discussion. Women are sharing what they're doing, what they're working on, what's helping them. So even just in the last couple of weeks, we've had some really great conversations that are geared towards scaling your business, growing your business, making more money, finding new clients. So I recommend the roundtable. And then also I would do the second one for the global would be the Wednesday. And the third one for the global, I would definitely recommend just getting to know other global members because they're already in the space of growing their business. They have podcasts. They're already best-selling authors. Maybe you want to be on a podcast. You can really work on collaborations. The conversation's just different in the global program. And again, not to poo-poo on the local, that's beautiful and great for local businesses and brands or local connectivity. The global is just different. It's just we're constantly talking about scaling, growing, revenue, how to delegate, how to hire. I mean, a couple months ago, we were all spent. Like we were all like, what's going on? We were all exhausted. It was great to talk about that too. Like what do you do when you're exhausted and depleted? And how do we get that back, our mojo back? So anyway. Okay. Does that help you, Jody? Okay. Let me go to Gail and then Fatima, and then I see your comment, Farzi. Go ahead, Gail. You had a question? No? Okay. Fatima?
Yes, hi. It's good to be here. So after the 30 days, so you're giving 30 days, what happens after that? What would you be like, what would I be signing up for after that? For the monthly, for the annual?
I would do the monthly one. I don't know. I would just do the monthly one because that way you can give it a go for a while. We don't really have the yearly open. We open it a couple of times a year, but I would just do the monthly because that way you always feel like you can get out. I don't want you to ever feel like you're trapped in it. So I would there's going to be a coupon there. So you get it for a little bit less than what we have on the website. So you have the opportunity to go ahead and do that if you want to. If you have your own business and you're in the States, ask your CPA, but it should be tax deductible as well because it's a networking organization. It's a business organization. It's also considered coaching. So you have the mentorships, you have a bunch of avenues there for write-offs. And then
I'm in Canada. So
okay.
Yeah.
That's why I say I don't know. I know it's for you all.
And is it most of the members are they in the US or are they worldwide?
Yeah, so we are expanding more into other countries in the global program. For you in Canada, you'd have access to all the chapters. So I know some of them are close by. You have like Steubenville and you have Markham that are kind of close, and you have Burlington and Hamilton that are kind of close. So I don't know where you live specifically, but you'd have access to all of those. I would say Femcity as a whole, 80% are in the United States, and then the rest are in Canada. We got like maybe 5%. We have a couple in Europe, a couple in South America. We have a couple in Mexico. So we're starting to kind of grow in that direction.
Perfect. Thank you.
Does that help you? Good.
Yes.
Okay. Farzi. Farzi's on our board in Miami, so I know her really well. Also, can you be included in email campaigns if you have an offer running, or is there a fee? So we used to have that as a benefit. I'm happy to bring it back where you could get into our national emails with just like a little kind of like a line. Usually what did the best are like quizzes, like find out what kind of, entrepreneur you are, or find out, those things did the best. We stopped doing it because none of our global members were using it. So we took that out. I'm happy to bring it back for 2026. If like even if it's just for you, Farzi, like maybe you're the only one that gets into it. We just ran it for years and it used to be really well used. And then just kind of like, I don't know, maybe the members, I don't know. I have to bring it back up, but I'm happy to add it. We used to do that.
Wait,
Okay, thank you.
sorry, what was the question? Add what you?
So we, in our email marketing pieces, could global members be featured?
Oh, okay.
So right now it's just sponsors, but for years we had it so that global members could do, like, for instance, for you, Gail, it could be like, join me, for a gratitude dance club, the Friday for Black Friday or whatever. And so we would add it. It would have your picture, your headshot, your professional headshot. We don't do logos because we believe humans do business with humans they know, love, and trust. So we don't do the logo thing. We would have your headshot and it would have like, sign up for Gail's dance-a-thon, Black Friday give back or whatever. And it would have a link. So it's very small, like a little boop thing, but it hasn't been used. And so we kind of just like, I'm a believer if it's not being used, we'll just scrap it, but I'm happy to bring it back.
How many members in Global? And you have access to all chapters everywhere?
Yeah, so we have about 250. My goal is to get it to 500. The more I have in the global program, the more women flourish and grow. So my goal is with the global members is to expand that. I actually run it personally. So I'm a little bit obsessed with them because I see them every Monday and every Wednesday. So I'm really kind of a part of their world and they are a part of my world. But you have access to all the chapter events. So perfect example, if you're in Miami, you could go to the Fort Lauderdale, you could go to the West Palm Beach one, you could go to the Boca Del Rey one, you could go to Orlando if you wanted, Sarasota, you have access to all of them. Even when you're traveling, some of the global members have become best friends. We saw it in the conference. I know Gail, a bunch of global members flew in and they hadn't seen each other ever in person and they just were like best friends. And then we did a private global members breakfast the following day. Myself and like I think we were 16 in total, and it was really special. So you do become very close, even though you don't see them in person. They do become your best friends, and I can see it on Facebook or Instagram. You can see like the ones that support them the most, adding comments, 4 words or more on their feed, are generally global members because they're doing it for each other. That's really the power of the global members, is like the people that you meet, I think. So
Okay, thank you.
I can attest to that. I was so honored to present. I'm a dance fitness instructor and I was really so thrilled. And it was one of the best experiences of my life. And I'm definitely rejoining this membership. I hope to do more of them. But the power of Femcity is really, it's hard to explain until you experience it.
yeah.
But Violet sets the best example for this. And I have met such incredible women. So I
Thank you,
highly
Kim.
recommend whatever your participation level is, just to get involved. It really has been very life-changing for me.
Thank you. So let's talk. I know our time is up. I'm going to make it really quick. And then let me get that invitation link for you all if you want to use it. Again, no pressure. You don't have to put in your credit card. There's no small print, like whatever. If you want it, take it. If you don't, it's fine. We are looking at developing a pilot app program. So every city would have their own individual app. Femcity would have kind of like the primary app. And so there would be some benefit as we create that for you all as well. I'm not sure what that would be because we're working with IT, but I envision in my head that we would be able to kind of showcase you in all of those apps. Imagine like being a speaker or like a teacher or a mentor or a coach or on Instagram Live, that you would be featured in all of those various apps. Every city would have their own, but then Femcity could actually access all of that. And then the other thing is we're looking at embedding a platform onto the Femcity website so that we could communicate there. And we had that a while ago, years ago. No one used it. So I took it down because it was like $500 a month. So I took it down. But now I feel like women are not wanting to be on Facebook as much. And so we're looking at bringing it back. So I'm hoping to get that up and running by the first of the year. maybe by next week, I don't know. I'm still testing things, but that way we would also have a platform for you all to communicate. If you're not a fan of Facebook, because we do have a big Facebook group already, just know that we're in the works of kind of having another place for you all to connect. It's really important for you to engage, whether it's in our Facebook group or in this new platform, because getting to know other members in the global program, when they get to know you, they're likely to refer you, recommend you. I mean, I've seen some of our global members start businesses together. I've seen them have each other on podcasts together. I've seen them travel, vacation together. I mean, it's just, you're just making friends that are already, they're kind of your vibe, you know, they're looking to create grand success in their life too. And they want you to be successful as well. So that's in the works, but I'm not there yet. So I just want to throw it out cautiously. Let me get you that link. Hold on. Sorry, my computer's thinking about. And if you have any questions later on, like if you're like 3 in the morning, you're like, oh, I have this question, like feel free to email me. I usually am asleep by 9:30. So if you email me at night, I'm asleep and I'm traveling next week. So I'll be gone next week with my family. Here's the trial membership. Okay, here it is in the chat. So if you have an account already, you're not going to see this publicly because this is a private invitation only link. So copy and paste it. If you forget, if you have issues, my email is violet@femcity.com, but it's Violet spelled the French way, the VIOLETTE @femcity.com. And I'm happy to send it to you that way as well. But you won't find it because the other day I sent it to someone and they were like, I can't find it on the website. It's not public. It's just invitation only. So once you go ahead and click on that, it's not going to ask you for a credit card. You'll just have access to the portal. I would just spend time thinking about where you want to start. I'm going to send this recording out tomorrow. So if you want to watch it again, because I know I shared a lot of information and I know it can be a lot, take a look at it again if you want to, but you always have me here helping you. And Lynn also, we have a great team. I should mention Lynn is amazing and wonderful and beautiful and sweet. And everyone falls in love with Lynn everywhere we go. Every country we go to, everyone falls in love with Lynn. She's just pure love. Any questions? I know we went over time. I want to be respectful, but you all good? Okay. All right, ladies. Well, I love you. It was so nice getting to spend time with you today. And you trusted me to show up. Like that's so just, I feel like that's just because you didn't know what you were getting into. It could have been like super high intense sales call, like with bad juju, and that you showed up and you trusted me means the world. So I love you all. I wish you a great rest of the week. Bye.